Hello YouTube, it's Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. It's time again for another knife of the day. This is the series where I go through my collection one knife at a time, one day at a time. We do it Monday through Fridays. I started about 3 months ago going through my Spyderco collection. We still have a ways to go. So we're continuing with the Spyderco collection. After that, I've got 3 more big Pelican cases to go after we're done with this one. So today, it's a little different because it's one of my fixed blade knives. If you look at the playlist, of course, most of them are folding knives because that's what Spyderco does most of the time. But they really make nice fixed blade knives as well. You know, I really, just like dreaming about having a nice van or small mobile home and travel around the U.S., I love bushcrafters. I am not one. I'm in a large city on the East Coast, in an urban city. But man, I have a lot of them that I watch on YouTube and fantasize about it. I really love that out in nature. And so Spyderco came out with the Spyderco Bushcraft, and that is the knife of the day. Spyderco worked with a bushcrafter and somewhat of an expert, Chris Claycomb. And Chris Claycomb came with Spyderco, worked with their designers, and came up with the Spyderco Bushcraft. Now, most Spyderco, most bushcraft knives have about 4 characteristics. The first is the blade is about usually 4 to 6 inches long. For the bushcraft, this blade is 4.1 inches. And as you can see, most of it is edge, about 4 inches of edge. The second thing is they don't have like a guard and then a handle, you know, where the tang stops just halfway through the handle. It's full tang. That means it goes through the handles. This is a solid piece of steel going through the handles. So you won't get wobbling. You won't get problems with the blade detaching from the handle. It's a full tang knife. And as you can see, the bushcraft has that. Look at that thick piece of steel. The other thing that of course, you can use a lot of knives in bushcrafting. I'm just telling you some of the characteristics that they like. Another thing is, if you notice, it's not full flat ground. It has a Scandinavian grind or a Scandi grind. And that's so, you know, you're there doing shavings, wood shavings, you're cutting a lot of things, and you also want to cut with strength. You know, maybe pound on the edge of the knife to get it through the wood. And so this is the preferred grind, this Scandi grind. And the fourth kind of characteristics is, you know, as knife people, as knife collectors, especially nowadays, we're all looking for what great stainless steel is available. Is it S30? Is it S35VN, S90, S110V? Well, with bushcrafters, because we want that, you know, it's not going to rust. It gives us all of those other properties. With bushcrafters, they prefer more carbon-based steels because they care that their knife out in the bush or out in the wilderness retains an edge a lot. That's what they prioritize. And so these carbon blades do that. And also a lot of the carbon steels are also easier to sharpen, right? Because this is your main tool out there. And so they want the edge retention, and they also want to be able to sharpen it a lot easier. This bushcraft knife has all of those. So it's 4.1 inch blade. It does have that Scandi grind. You can tell it's a Spyderco, right? They have they have the spider and the little hole there. It is, as I said, a full tang knife. I have to say, this handle is unbelievable. And if there is a fifth thing, if you're going to do a bushcraft knife, you want a real comfortable handle because it's going to be used a lot. Spyderco does smooth G10 better than anyone, at least that I have experienced. And so this is G10, thick. It just fills your hand like butter. It becomes part of your hand so that you can work with it a lot. It has a little, whether it's lanyard or anything else, you paracord or whatever you want to put through a hole in the back. Very thick, very comfortable, super comfortable. The entire knife is 8.75 inches. It weighs 7.8 ounces. Now again, you're not putting this in a pocket. It comes with a leather sheath. Very nice knife. Now the steel, again, is a high carbon steel. Spyderco has chosen for its steel 01 steel. 01 or 01, I'm sorry, I'm not sure. But it's 01 steel. High in carbon, really retains an edge, and very easy to sharpen as well. This, my friends, is the Spyderco Bushcraft. It's a wonderful knife. To me, I'm keeping it because if I ever do get that van, this is a knife that I'm keeping. Years later, after the Bushcraft knife, Spyderco came out with a knife that was designed exactly like the Bushcraft knife, except it's for all of us other folks who don't bushcraft. I have a look at the Spyderco Proficient on this channel in the playlist for the knives of the day. Go check it out. But as you can see, it's for the rest of us, right? They really took high end. Instead of G10, it's carbon fiber, titanium screws. The blade is S90V steel. Yeah, big time stainless steel and a full flat grind instead of the Scandi grind. I like both of them. You're looking at my two fixed blades once I'm in the van. Just a perfect combination, huh? But the knife of the day, Spyderco Bushcraft fixed blade knife. Oh, it's a wonderful knife. And then the knife for the rest of us, the Proficient. I hope you guys are having a perfect day. You stay well. Take some time out for yourself. Hey, once you take time out for yourself, you really are more able to help others. So do that, okay? Keep your pockets full. Goodbye.